I asked you who you were and you were just chilling on the bed. Here's the thing. You have a privilege for appearing on Zoom. You are
Yes,
not to
ma'am.
be in bed. This is not, romper room time or anything of that nature. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you in Bexar County?
And we're off to a classic virtual court moment. Mute struggles, awkward delays, and a defendant who's about to learn why Zoom decorum is not the same as Netflix in bed decorum. But hold up. Did the judge just catch him lying down? This is about to get spicy.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So try that again and your Zoom privileges will be permanently revoked. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We're waiting for your attorney. I'm going to put you in the waiting room.
Yes, ma'am.
The judge isn't just mad, she's disappointed. And she's got a point. Courts take remote appearances seriously. This isn't a casual FaceTime call. It's a legal proceeding. One wrong move, and Tyler's Zoom privileges could be gone, which, given what we're about to hear, might be the least of his worries.
All right. State, are you going to have an objection?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 10004, State of Texas versus Tyler James Ashbaugh. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Leo Gonzalez for Tyler Ashbaugh.
And are you Mr. Ashbaugh?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The defendant is appearing by Zoom. Any objections to the defendant appearing by Zoom, state?
No, Your Honor.
In defense, I'm assuming you have no objection.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. We're here on a motion to modify bond conditions. State, have you had a chance to review the defense's motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you in objection?
Yes, Your
Any witnesses from either side?
Honor. Your Honor, state would only offer just the prosecution guide in this case,
No objections to that.
All right.
and just for the purposes of this hearing.
All right. Thank you.
The defense would call Mr. Ashbaugh, Your Honor.
Ah, the classic legal tango. Defense asks for leniency, state says, absolutely not. But here's the twist. Tyler's asking to take his kid to school while on house arrest. Is this a reasonable request, or a slippery slope? The judge's next move could reveal a lot about how courts balance rehabilitation versus public safety.
All right, Mr. Ashbaugh, I'm going to need to make sure that you speak up so that the court reporter can hear. If you can raise
Yes,
your
Your
right
Honor.
hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Tyler Ashbaugh.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ashbaugh, you have asked your firm, Donovan Jones, to file a motion on your behalf regarding being able to take your child to school. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you explain the circumstances that have led to filing that motion?
Excuse me, just 1 second. I'm sorry, if you all could make sure you whisper. All right, you may continue, counsel.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Well, since being on house arrest, it's put a big strain on my family, especially my fiance. She's having to do a lot of work on her own and take my daughter places to appointments and whatnot. And I just want to try to help and, do something for my family, anything for my family, be allowed to contribute something to my family.
What's the hardship you're having in the mornings in regards to drop off and of your daughter?
My wife, she goes to college. She goes to nursing school in the morning extremely early, and sometimes she's unable to take her. So we've had to get other family members involved as well, which is putting a strain on them. They have their own children.
What family members have you had to get? In what way has it put a strain on them?
Her sister now has to take her to school twice during the week in the morning, and we have to wake up more early so she can get dropped off over there at her house, and she has 2 kids of her own.
Now, let me ask you this. What time are you asking the court to allow you to be able to take your daughter to school? And what time are you asking the court to allow you to return?
I'm asking for a window from 6:30 to 7:30, and that's it, because she gets dropped off at 7.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this 6:30 a.m. and 7:30 a.m.?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, if y'all will just give me a moment to review this.
Yes, Your Honor.
I just have one question. How old is the child in this case?
And that's Mr. Ashbaugh.
Mr. Ashbaugh, you're still under oath. How old is the child?
4 years old, about to turn 5. I have a son on the way as well.
All right. So here's the court's question. I've read the police report and I understand the nature of the report. What is the concern with him dropping the child off? You say the child has to be there by what time?
It's 7 o'clock.
What is the current concern with that small window for him to drop the child off and bring the?
Judge, so this was a random shooting. Again, the concern is that due to the nature.
Now we're getting to the real stakes. The prosecution's argument: this guy allegedly shot at cops in a church parking lot. Can we really trust him in public? But the judge's hesitation here is fascinating. She's weighing the randomness of the crime against Tyler's 2 years of compliance. Is random violence scarier than planned? The law says yes, but judges have discretion. This could go either way.
Of it, which is random. These were people that he had no contact with before, as far as we can tell. There was no reason for the act to have happened, so it's just a concern just for the general public safety due to the random nature of the crime.
Okay, I understand that, but he's on full house arrest. And how long has he been on full house arrest? How long have you been on full house arrest, Mr. Ashcroft?
Around over 2 years, ma'am.
All right. So from the court's perspective, people cut off monitors every day. They do. But I'm going to allow him to take the 4-year-old because I think that will alleviate any more issues if there are mental health issues involved for him to just drop the daughter off. He's not asking to even do pickup, just to drop her off. And
Yes, ma'am.
that
Thank you
small
so
window-
much, Your Honor.
Sure. And that's, thank you. And that small window is just an hour. So where are you dropping her off to? What's the location?
The School of Science and Technology. It's on Wiedner Road.
I'll allow him to drop his child off. And what days are these? Is it
The judge just handed Tyler a gift, with strings tighter than his ankle monitor. This is Bond Modification 101. Courts hate ambiguity. By specifying exact times, routes, and NO Red Lobster side trips, she's building a legal fortress. One wrong move. Boom. Violation. Also, can we appreciate how she predicts his lawyer's future excuses? Judges hate the, but it was on the way. Defense.
it's just Monday through Friday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Monday through Friday, he's allowed from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. to transport his child to the School of Science and Technology at 11214 North Weeder Road. All right, let me explain something to you. That means you're just dropping your child off. If you see a McDonald's on your route, which you probably will, you are not allowed to stop at the McDonald's and say, well, it was on the way, so I thought I could do that. The only thing you are allowed to do is take your child to that school and go back home. That is it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you deviate, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get a violation report from GPS because GPS is going to track you. And when I get that violation report, guess what? We're going to have a hearing on it and you're going to be required to be in court for that hearing. And I don't want to hear, well, it was on the way, so I figured why not do it? And your attorney, I already know what the argument will be. It was just McDonald's. It was just, whatever. It was just Red Lobster. No, you are only allowed to drop your child off at that school in the morning. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right. And I think his next court date is March 18th.